This is Ian with Build Brothers. Going to go ahead and do my digital inspection here at 1651 Melrose Avenue in Chula Vista. We're going to start here on the tar and gravel section of the roof, which appears to be 20 to 25 plus years old. Common misconception is that this tar and gravel lasts forever, but unfortunately it does not. As we look around the edges, we see some repairs here and there, and typically that is to cover up the separation that has happened between the roofing material and the drip edge, and that's common on older tar and gravel roofs. I didn't see it really bad until we inspected the whole perimeter and we got over to this side of the building, and sure enough, this whole side of the building side of the home, is failing. We can see where the plies are separating from the drip edge, and there's no way to long-term fix that. It needs to be replaced, unfortunately. There's a lot of soft spots on this roof. Some sections are rotten and feel like they're gonna fall through. Here's a T-top that was added to try to address the issue of the oven vent or range hood that's leaking. And quite frankly, that's a handyman solution. A roofer would not have done something like that. There's just no way to waterproof that long term. Two skylights that can be deleted. They've already been deleted inside the home and are no longer in use, but they do create some vulnerability on this roof. Anytime you put torch down on a tight bend like that, you're gonna have some failures. And so what we see over here is that has been reinforced with some mastic and some mesh. This is apparently a big ponding area right here, and we're not going to re-slope the roof because that's a ton of work, but we are going to use a product that stands up to ponding water really well, and then we're not going to use any really low profile vents like that. Very surprised to see deck drains on this roof. I would have thought that this roof was semi-sloped to be able to get it to just drain over the edge, but apparently these deck drains are sitting in high locations where the water doesn't even get to them. The addition is done in modified bitumen torch down material, and it has a lot of fundamental issues. Doesn't seem to be that old. The material is still in good shape, but unfortunately just was not installed professionally. So we see a whole bunch of seams that have been reinforced with some mastic. That is a temporary solution, that is not long-term. The seams that have not been reinforced with mastic, we can tell that not enough heat was applied to several areas, and so there is no bleed out. Bleed out is that melted tar that basically sticks the layers together. And so when we see a whole bunch of those seams that don't have any of that, then we know there is some problems. And then over here we see boot prints all over the torch down, which means they got that area really, really hot. So unfortunately, even though the material is not that bad a shape, there's no way to fix this, and it has to be torn off and redone. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heat vents on this house, so there are several of these vents that can be deleted because they're no longer in use. Typical roof has 2, one for the furnace and one for the water heater. What else? Based on all these issues, the only recommendation I can make is that we completely rip it off and do a TPO roof. There still will be standing water and ponding on this roof after we replace it. Unfortunately, resloping it would just be too much, but the TPO stands up to ponding water extremely well, and we'll take care of our problems.